My name is Suesann Abdelrasul, and I've completed my Bachelor of Science for Business Management at Oregon State University. I felt before I attended school that I was very limited as to what I would be able to have as far as employment, how to provide for my family, so it's definitely opened up doors for me. Well, thankfully I had a lot of support. My family, the TRiO program at Chemeketa, neighbors, just about anyone I could find who would lend me a hand when I needed it. I was the mother of 8 children, very young parent, so I made a lot of mistakes early on, and I kind of felt that I was destined for this life and there would be no alternative for me. As my children got older and I realized that education was a path that was possible for me, I started to see a light at the end of the tunnel. When I came into Chemeketa, I didn't even have a GED. I had dropped out of high school in my freshman year after my father passed away. So I was basically starting from scratch. So I went to TRiO and I interviewed, and I met this wonderful woman named Liliana, who just had the biggest heart. And she reassured me that if I attended the required classes that TRiO expected of me, and if I followed the rules, that I would make it through the 2 years at Chemeketa and be able to transfer to a university. Well, Oregon State requires that you pass calculus. So how does a 50-year-old woman who hasn't ever attended a math class, pass calculus? Luckily for me, TRiO had these wonderful tutors. One of them, his name was Christian Nevo, and he spent countless hours with me, helping me through these classes. I don't think I would have made it without him and without the TRiO program providing this service. As I was trying to accomplish my goal of completing my math requirements at Chemeketa, I ran into an instructor. His name was Garth Fleming. And although this was the most difficult class I had taken, Mr. Fleming was able to present it to me in a way where I could understand the concepts. He also was very patient. He provided additional tutoring opportunities for me and made it possible for me to complete the course. I really appreciated his compassion and his patience in guiding me to the right resources. It always made an impression on me as to how he never made me feel like it wasn't something I could accomplish. I was inspired to pursue my goals in difficult times, mainly because I found that it was possible. I had previously believed that the type of career I wanted was only obtainable by families that were fortunate enough to have the resources, and that if you were poor or if you were uneducated or if you had stumbled quite a bit in your life and people had told you you were stupid or misguided you, that you were destined to fail. But I learned through the resources I had at my college that there were other people there experiencing the same struggles that I had, and that if I just mapped out this plan and followed the rules and played the game and took advantage of all the resources that were available to me, I could do what others had done, and I will overcome my obstacles and I will succeed. And I now know that this is possible for anyone. My plans for the future are to grow my practice, continue education. I feel it's very important to give back to the community, so I have a lot of goals in mind as far as one day owning my own nonprofit. So I do a lot of work in the community to learn more about how nonprofits function. I plan to stay in Oregon. I love Oregon, and I hope that one day I will be able to mentor students who were in my position and continue to be just a good member of the community and enjoy the place where I live. When I first started college, I was afraid. I was terrified of failing. If I could give advice to anyone today attending school for the first time or returning to school, I would recommend highly that they use their resources. If you want support, you need to ask for it. No one can read your mind. I was often shy and embarrassed to speak up about some of the issues I was having. So the recommendation I would have for anyone would be use your resources. Ask your mentors, your peers, anyone you know, anyone you see. They love to help.